This video is going to be a brief overview of all the bindings, also called actions, in OVR advanced settings and what they do. This video is not a guide for how to set up your bindings. As you can see, we have the bindings menu open, and we will first take a look at the motion action set. This action set contains the actions that pertain to motion. Mainly these are going to be the motion and rotation tab in the app. We have left and right hand space turn. These actions allow you to rotate your play space by the change in the orientation of your controller while you hold the bind. The toggles in the rotation tab must be checked for these to function. Likewise, we have left and right space drag. These actions allow you to move your play space by the change in position of your controller while you hold the keybind. The toggles in the motion tab must be checked for these to function. The override actions for space turn and drag are an advanced version of their counterparts and allow you to actively swap hands while using them. For space drag, these must be paired with the swap active space drag action as well. An example to see how these operate is in the default keybinds. Gravity toggle simply does that, toggles gravity on and off. This is the same toggle as in the motion tab. Gravity reverse temporarily reverses gravity while the keybind is held. Reset offsets changes all your offsets to 0, 0, 0. Apply offsets applies your current offsets that are set in the space offsets tab. Height toggle toggles your height based on the set value in the motion tab. This is the same as the toggle in the page as well. Snap turn left and right rotates your space based on the value set on the rotation page. Smooth turn left and right. This rotates your space based on the value set in the rotation page. A 100% rate means you will turn X degrees per second, where X is the value in the snap turn. Auto turn toggle toggles the auto turn feature on and off and is the same toggle as the one on the rotation page. Next up, we will look at the music action set. These actions will send keybinds to your system to do the corresponding action. So we have play next track, play previous track, pause or play your current track, and stop track. Behavior may change based on whatever app you use, and the music player may need to have focus for these to work as we are sending keybinds to the system. Next up, we will look at the miscellaneous category. This category should have things that we feel that don't fit other categories well. First, we have the X, Y, and Z axis toggles. These correspond to the toggles in the offset page and will prevent the movement when toggled on in the respective directions. Based on the forward direction of your play space, X will be left and right, Y will be down and up, and Z will be forward and back. Next, we have the chaperone toggle. This toggles the chaperone on and off. It is the same toggle as in the chaperone tab, and this will not work for non-native boundary systems. Then we have our keyboard shortcuts 1, 2, and 3. These will send the macros as defined in the settings file. And an important thing to note is when you press the keybind, the entire macro will be sent, including the down and up strokes. And finally, we have key press miss, which will send a key press to mimic you pressing a key. This will be a single key, but the key will get the key down event while you hold the action, and when you release the action, it will send a key up event. This is better for things like push to talk. And that is all for the miscellaneous section. Last up, we have our system action set. This action set is a little special because it will remain active if you're using the exclusive input feature at all times. First up, we have our left and right haptic click. These cause little haptic events to go to the respective controllers when you click the button. If you would just like a little extra feedback when you press a button, you can add this to that button, and it will simply cause a small haptic event to happen when you press the button. Next up, we have our push-to-talk feature. In order to use this action, you must enable it in the audio settings. There is a toggle, and you can also use this as the push-to-mute if you want to enable that as well. But when you hold this button, it will mute your microphone at a system level, and then when you release it, it will unmute or do the opposite if you have the push-to-mute active. Exclusive input toggle toggles the exclusive input on and off, or rather it toggles between your game inputs and your advanced settings inputs. It should be noted you must also have the toggle set inside of advanced settings in order to use this. And finally, we have the key press. This is just like the other key press action. However, this one is in the system category, and as such, it will always be active even if you are using exclusive input. That sums up all the actions we have in advanced settings currently as of 5.7.4.